I'm going to show you what inspired me to do this video. See my flowers right there? I just bought those. And I just put them here like a week or two ago. And already a little mama bird has made a nest in there. In my little tiny pot. I can't even believe it. So what I did was I made her a little welcome home sign for her and her baby. Or babies, right? She hasn't laid the eggs yet. So it'll be so fun when she does that to just kind of watch them. There it is in there. But I have to be careful because I need to water it. But she gets mad when I go near it, and I don't blame her a bit. Anyhow, the whole point of this is that it got me to thinking. Most of you know that I am downsizing because you saw my downsizing video, right? My closet one. So I'm like the mama bird. I started thinking, after her babies go, you know, they're born, they hatch, they fly away, the nest becomes empty, and after her babies go, where does mama bird go, right? Well, I'm mama bird right now. My babies are all grown up, and they're getting ready to fly. So I'm facing the empty nest syndrome. But that's not the only thing. It's where do I go from here? So this is an age, I'm 60, almost 61, and I feel like I just turned 60. And this is the age where there is a lot of contemplating and planning. Now, I know that there's a lot of people my age going through this. I am definitely not the only one. So I thought this would be a good video to talk about it. And because you guys were so amazing with my downsizing video, I want to come to you for advice. And I think not just for me, but for other people. So I don't have a 401k, and I am a Gen Xer, so I don't have a pension either. I was a single mom for a lot of years. Everything I did was to support my family. And here I am now. It's time for me to fly. And I don't know where to go. So I have a few options that I have thought about. And they all seem fairly equal to me. But it's getting time because I think I will be flying right after the holidays, somewhere right after there. And it's time to start planning. And I don't want to spend my holidays planning. I kind of want to know what's going to happen in the next few months. So I have a few ideas that myself and my daughter have come up with, and I want to hear what you think. Idea number one, which a lot of people in this age category are thinking, is tiny home living, right? There's two ways to do that, which is a tiny home community or a tiny home on your own land. I like the idea of a community and having people around and maybe like a place to go for a walk or that kind of thing. But I like the idea of my own land too, because I know lot rents have gone up, you know, consistently over time for those types of communities. And I don't want to get 15 years down the road or 20 years down the road and be trying to pay for a lot rent or living in my car because I can't. So the idea of a piece of land that's paid for sounds more attractive, but sounds kind of boring and lonely. And secondly, I'm a little claustrophobic. So when I watch those tiny home shows on YouTube, which I've tried to watch just to kind of get a feel, I get anxious just watching them. So it makes me nervous. So I think mine would be a little home, not necessarily tiny, but, you know, bigger than the average tiny home for sure. And no loft. Could never do the loft. So I think high ceilings, you know, the bedroom downstairs, that kind of thing. That's option number one. Option number two is to just go into an apartment and rent and see where life takes me. That sounds really nice for now. Honestly, it really does. We have some nice places around here and with some great amenities, and I like that idea. But as you all know, there have been lots of rent increases over the past decade, and the forecast for that is that it's going to continue. And then here we go again. I'm not going to have an income increase. As I age, it'll probably decrease. So then what happens when these rents keep going up? So that scares me. It sounds nice for now, but scares me for down the road. Option number three is maybe like a mobile home, mobile home park. Not thrilled about that. Seems like kind of a bad investment, but because I can't afford a new one. So it would be used and probably not in the best condition. But then again, you have the lot rents, and the same things are happening. Corporations are buying up those parks and they're raising the rents, and a lot of people are in, a bad situation, a lot of seniors. And that's one reason why you could probably pick one up really, really cheap. But then you're paying lot rent, but lot rent is cheaper than rent for now. So there's that option. Now, I'm not really afraid of any of those things as far as downsizing goes, because I feel like I can make anything cute, because I love to decorate, and that is my favorite thing on the planet. And I've always said that if I had a tent, it would be the cutest tent that anyone's ever seen. So I'm not worried about that at all. I'm just worried about trying to make it in my later years. I really would like my home to be paid for, and I want to buy something that I can pay off in the next 3 to 5 years. Since I don't have retirement and everything, and I'll be living off Social Security and side jobs, that's what I plan to do. I'm not quite sure what option is better. I do know that another idea my daughter and I had, I haven't talked to the others about it, is, I know a lot of people are doing like compound things, and I don't mean it like that kind of creepy compound, but like where the family buys a big piece of land, because they're all facing the same thing. My kids are in their 20s, and, they're like, I can't afford rents. We live in a pretty expensive area, and it's expensive almost in the whole state. There's not really anywhere to go. We thought about like a big, 5-10 acre parcel, and everyone can have their own space and put their own tiny home or whatever on it. So that was a thought, but then it seems a little complicated the more we talk about it, think about it. Plus, we looked around and there just weren't, even those just raw land were atrociously expensive, like $250 to $300 for nothing. So I don't think that's going to pan out, but that was something we had thought about. So the other thing is, I know with ownership, like if I had my tiny home on my own land or a mobile home on my own land, I know that taxes can keep going up and insurance can keep going up, but there's senior taxes. So our taxes are fairly stable and lower than most. And insurance, if everything's paid for, that's an option, not a requirement anymore. So keep that in mind. But I'd like to hear what all of you think, and maybe your experiences, and if you have regrets about some of the choices you've made in this area, or if you have just, wishes, like maybe you wish you would have done this or you wish you would have done that. I'd love to hear that. And I know that there's a zillion other people out there who would benefit from this. Just your feedback. I see so many videos about people in this age group in the same situation that I'm in, and they're scared, Some of them have nowhere to go and end up living in their cars and everything. So this is a huge topic, and I want to nip it in the bud, and I want to be prepared, and I want to make a good choice here. I'm really hoping that you guys are gonna step up and you're gonna give me some feedback. Everybody out there some feedback. So yeah, that's it.